Now, I don't know what was going on yesterday. I realized that I seemed to be just a little bit overly touchy. Um, but you know, a few episodes ago, I alluded to flat paint being rough. And I think I said something about if you want to have a real dead sound room for, listening to a stereo or something, and you don't want it to echo, you have the walls rough. Uh, yeah, like a cheap way to do it is hang carpeting up all over the place. Anyway, yeah, like I say, I was a little bit overly touchy, but I thought I understood that everybody understood that flat paint has to be rough. If it's smooth, it's going to be glossy. It only stands to reason it has to be rough. Oh, I don't know. Here we go again. I'm not going to talk about it anymore. At least not until the next time. I think I'm getting the hang of it, getting it around the stern. 2 more to go. You know, when I was first thinking about doing these boats, and getting the narrow tape on and then the wide tape, and I was thinking, oh, I'm not looking forward to this. Such a tedious task. But once I got going on it, it wasn't too bad. And I'm estimating it probably only took about an hour to do all the boats. Yeah, I can't complain about that. How long have we been at this model now? It's pretty soon it's going to be a year. Well, not quite, but it's got to be 2/3 of a year by now. Trying to hold it so you can see it too. Oh, well, not too bad. Okay, I've just reshaken our paint, and I've also thinned it out just a tiny bit more. Probably put in I'm guessing another 2 milliliters in there. Maybe not even. Also, you can see I'm using a different system for holding the hulls. They went pretty good. The smallest one was the hard one, because there just wasn't a whole lot of room between the rub rail and the bottom of the stern. But I think there's enough there that it's going to give a little bit of dark. And yeah, by the time I got to the last one, I was getting pretty good at it. I was almost sorry that it was over. Oh, sort of separating here. Okay. I'm hoping that the alligator clip is not going to be damaging the plastic. I'm not too worried about the inside of the hull because that's not going to be showing anyway. And another thing that I'm going to be doing different is that I'm going to try and go slower. I know that I was sort of whipping back and forth and up and down, and one of the viewers drew that to my attention in the comments from yesterday's video, and I knew that I was going too fast, and I got to concentrate on just going a little bit slower. Give the paint a chance to sort of wet on instead of building up in cakes. Now, yeah, I know that's part of my problem. Anyway, I think we're about ready to go here. I'm not going to video this whole thing because there is, after all, 8 of them here. So maybe we'll just do the first one and we'll see how it goes. And yeah, that'll have to be good enough. I have the pressure just a little bit less than yesterday. I do believe that went better. I forced myself to go slow. I see a little spot right in there. Well, there is going to be the odd place that I'm going to have to go around with the brush, I know that. Oh my, I think my masking tape pulled away right there. That's going to be bad. Okay. I'm going to do the remaining 6 much the same way. Well, I can't say how my job of masking went, but as far as the spraying goes, I think it probably went the best it's ever gone. And I think it's a combination of, diluting out the paint a little more, so it was a little thinner, having a lower pressure, and by lower it was probably around 17 pounds per square inch, and I think possibly forcing myself to go slower so I could see what I was doing and letting it sort of, build up wet instead of dry layers, if you know what I mean. Yeah, anyway, let's get our masking tape off here and see how definitive the line is along the water, like the water line. Maybe I should wait a little bit longer. It's only been about half an hour. Well, I've only got 2 to go here, but offhand I'd say they turned out better than yesterday. Noticing right on the bow on some of them, I should have maybe done a better job of spraying straight on, but I don't think it's a serious thing. I think I'll probably make it worse if I try to touch it up with the brush. Anyway, I'll put them on the rotator and we can, rotate them around and have a close look. Now, I was thinking on this one here, it almost looks like some black overspray got down underneath the masking tape, but I think that's the way the plastic was formed. Yeah, because this one looks the same way. You notice right on the very bow there, it just looks a little bit faint, but not seriously. I think they came out pretty good. I wish the first one had come out that good. Looks like a light spot right there. But again, nothing serious. Yeah, I would say offhand the sterns came out good too, so. Well, I think I'm going to leave well enough alone here. I might just touch up that first one that we did yesterday. And this is it. I'm going to try and pin it down at just the right angle so that the camera can catch it, and I can also get my little brush right in there. This may or may not work. This is actually the first time I'm trying it. Okay, I'll slip on the macro lens and we'll just get right in there. Of course, I remember the last time I slipped on the macro lens, I had to do a lot of explaining why it looked so rough. Well, we'll slip on the normal macro lens. We won't put on the super macro. Now, when we go to the hobby store tomorrow to pick up the paint, remind me to pick up a new brush. This is supposed to be my 000 or something. And you can see here what's happened is the bristles have gotten kind of, well, it's not pointy anymore. Yeah, I kind of ruined it when I was using it to clean out the nozzle in the airbrush a few months ago. So that was about $5 thrown away. Anyway, that's the way it goes, I guess. Part of the deal. Okay, now very, very gently here. Maybe I got too much on the brush. Now I hope when that dries it lightens up a little bit. You know what? I think I've used the wrong paint. Yes, I did. I used the wrong paint. Yeah, I used the sky gray and I should have used the one that I mixed up special. Well, that was stupid. Well, that's one nice thing about not having advertising. Don't need to worry about losing advertisers. This looks worse. Well, let's see what it looks like when it's dry. Problem is, it's drying on the brush on me. You know, I'm not real good at this. Should have I maybe left well enough alone there? Well, we'll say it's battle damage. This is the one with the V-shaped stern. So that means the Admiral's boat. We'll just say the Admiral wanted to drive it himself and, didn't do too well. I'm just going to try it one more time here. I just re-wet my brush. Did I improve on it? Okay, now I can breathe. Well, this is the one I used by mistake, and this is the one I should have used. You see there's quite a difference. I don't know why I didn't pick up on that before I opened the bottle. Anyway, we'll take a look at this and see how it looks in tomorrow's episode, which will be 236, I believe. So thanks for watching, and all being well, we'll see you tomorrow.